live on YouTube, starting us up on Rumble. Good morning, hello, and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is about what happened to date throughout the annals of recorded history, starting with October 24th. What do we got here, good Sir King?
You start us off
All
here.
right. In the year 69, we have, in the Second Battle of Badrachium, troops loyal to Vespasian defeated those of Emperor Vitellius. Yikes. That's not a good year. 10 years later, 79, Mount Vesuvius erupted, burying the cities of Pompeii, Herculaneum, Oplontis, and Stabi, killing thousands. New research in 2018 suggested the eruption occurred at about this date, not previously used the 24th of August. So as of 2018, it changed to 24th of October. Prior to that, it was the 24th of August. So somewhere in this time of year is when it happened. Like, you know, what do you expect from almost 2,000 years ago? We can't be that precise. Moving on up into 1260, the spectacular Cathedral of Chartres was dedicated in the presence of King Louis IX of France, which is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. All right, well, let's take a look at this cathedral here. Let's see, Ecosia, paste, Cathedral of Chartres. Is the music a little loud here? No. All right. I heard myself for half a second.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Let's see here. Ooh, so it's a cathedral with cathedral-like qualities and properties and everything. You know, it has the spires and the big ornate circular stained glass window. Oh, yeah, it's a cathedral. Oh, green roof, all that stuff. What else do we got here? Where'd my script go? Moving on to 1260 as well. After defeating the Mongols at the Battle of Ain Jalut and assassinating the previous Mamluk Sultan, Qutuz, Baybars ascended the Egyptian throne as the fourth Sultan of the Mamluk Sultanate. So we have a war and a coup and an assassination all at once. Wow. Would you like to take 1 century later, or 1360?
1360, the Treaty of Brett-Igny is ratified at Cala, yes, marking the end of the first phase of the 100 Years' War.
Ah, about time.
Yeah.
That's a long time to have war.
Well, yeah.
So is 20 years, but, you know.
1492, 24 Jews were burned at the stake of Mecklenburg, Germany. Oof.
I wonder what they were getting blamed for this time. Let's see here. Mecklenburg, Jewish Virtual Library.
Un momento. I'm going to put on the webcam.
All right. Well, they're allowed to engage only in money lending. A Jew, Salathia, bought a house and loaned money from the... Okay, so something was happening involving money again, and you know, I'm gonna add this link into the underbar section here. So let's see, Control New. There we go. All right. Why were they burnt? There we go. All right. What else do we got here? Are you there?
Un momento.
Okay.
Adjusting webcam.
Okay. 1531, Bavaria joined the Schmalkaldic League. What the heck was that? Well, let's see here. All right. It is a military alliance of Lutheran princes within the Holy Roman Empire during the mid-16th century. It received its name from the town of Schmalkalden, which is located in modern Thuringia. Alright. Although created for religious motives soon after the start of the Reformation, its members later came to have the intention that the League would replace the Holy Roman Empire as their focus of political allegiance. Alright, so not only was the Reformation, but now they were seeking power. It wasn't enough that they got their own thing. Now they wanted to be in charge? Oh, no. That's enough. Protestants, calm down. No. Moving on up into 1579, the first Englishman to voyage and settle in India, Jesuit missionary Thomas Stevens, arrived in Goa with a Portuguese fleet. Gotta hand it to the Christians, always going around trying to spread the gospel. I mean, look at what happened to that one guy in North Sentinel Island. Didn't end too well, So some people just don't want Jesus in their lives, and that's fine.
No.
You know, like, you stop pushing it. Um, hey, there you are. Looking
Hey!
good with your Kansas City Chiefs beanie.
I'll keep them warm, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's like it was 85 degrees out here yesterday. It's like what's the temperature right now? 76. So.
It's 63 today, but you know,
That's
I don't have hair, so.
Yeah. You have hair on your face,
Okay.
just not on the head.
Yeah, oh, dude, it's all on my face, all of it, completely hairless.
Ah. So you
More you know.
Yeah, so you're like one of those cats.
Pretty much. It only grows on my face anymore, and the sides of my head.
Yeah. 1593. This one's an eyebrow raiser here.
1593 alleged teleportation of Spanish soldier Gil Perez from the Philippines to Mexico.
Yeah, like I've seen a video on this. Yeah, like 1593, the Spanish soldier just like teleported. Very weird.
Mm.
Oh. 1641.
1641, Phelim O'Neill of Kinnaird, the leader of the Irish Rebellion, issued his proclamation of the Sungannon, justifying the uprising and declaring continued loyalty of King Charles I of England.
So, from what I can collect here, he's pledging allegiance but wants some form of autonomy, you know? This is the Irish.
Yeah.
You know, like, for literally 1,000 years or so, the Irish have been fighting for independence. And nobody pays attention to them. 1648, we have the Treaty or the Peace of Westphalia ended the 30 Years' War in the Holy Roman Empire. Switzerland's independence was then recognized, and the 80 Years' War ended as well. Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
1656, Treaty of Vilnius. Russia and Poland signed an anti-Swedish covenant. Uh-oh. Watch out there, Sweden. They're coming. 1795, we have the third partition of Poland between Austria, Prussia, and Russia, fully consuming Poland in the process. And actually, I showed this to our secretary at the shop earlier today. I'm trying to find the map here really quick because it actually shows the map of Poland. What year was this? Okay, 1795. I'm way too past that, so it was much earlier. Let's see here. Where's the map? Come on. The map, here it is. So, not sure if you can see it that well. But this is essentially what Poland then looked like. So, completely dissolved and like taken over by all sorts of other countries. So, in the year 1812, what do we got?
Napoleonic War, the Battle of Melyaroslavice took place near Moscow, resulting in the French army being forced to retreat through the snow towards Smolensk.
Yep, that's one of the big things that you learn from, you know, the world, and people learn from risk is never start a land war with Russia. Like, you know, Napoleon took over basically all of Europe, and the entirety of the known world at the time was against him, and that wasn't enough. But he still couldn't topple, you know, Russia. Genghis Khan and the Mongols couldn't topple Russia. You know, Hitler couldn't topple Russia.
No.
Like, you know, not even the Cold War could topple Russia.
I'll be back.
All right. 1813, the Russo-Persian War of 1804 to 1813 came to a close with the signing of the Treaty of Gulistan, under which terms Qatar, Iran, agreed to cede the bulk of its Caucasian territories, which comprised much of modern Dagestan, Georgia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan, to the Russian Empire. Well, that's a huge chunk of land there. 1818, Felix Mendelssohn, at the age of 9, performed his first public concert in Berlin, Germany. Wow, that's pretty young. 1836, earliest U.S. patent for a phosphorus friction match by Alonzo Dwight Phillips of Springfield, Massachusetts. You know, so, you know, phosphorus matches. I just so happen to have some matches here. So, yeah, you know, just light one up for, you know, the honoring. A match. Yep. Put that in the ashtray. 1851, William Lassell discovered Ariel and Umbriel, which are satellites or moons of Uranus. Yeah, or, as other people call Uranus. 1851, William Lassell, we got that one. 1856, Constitution of South Australia was adopted. Crikey! That's good. You know, let's take a look at this Constitution really quick. Surface level scratch. You know what? They probably have revised it since then. You know, this is a while ago. So, Constitution of South Australia. It includes the rules and procedures for the government of the state of South Australia. You know, yada yada. Yeah, well, Constitution Act of 1934. That's why I said it was revised. Its long title is an act to provide for the Constitution of the state and for other purposes. So, if anyone wants to know a little bit more about this, I'm going to add this in the underbar, the description section. So, South Australia Constitution. Oh, there we go. Welcome back, Sir King.
Thank you.
Yeah. We are now in 1857.
Give me.
Alright. Recognized by FIFA as the oldest existing club still playing football in the world, so not the very first one, but the one that's still around. Sheffield Football Club was founded in Yorkshire, England. It's now based in Dronfield, Derbyshire. Alright, so happy birthday, Sheffield FC.
Shit.
1860. Yep, we have the Convention of Peking. The Second Opium War formally came to a close when King China ceding Kowloon in perpetuity to the victorious British Empire. Bum 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 ba da ba ba. 1861, we got a couple here. We have the first U.S. transcontinental telegram line was completed, and the first message was sent from San Francisco to Washington, D.C. So, one complete transcontinental there. While that was going on, West Virginia seceded from Virginia. So, happy birthday, West Virginia, as well. Country roads take me home to the place where I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, country roads take me home. 1871, a mob in Los Angeles, California, hanged or lynched between 17 to 22 Chinese immigrants. That is not good. Absolutely disgusting, you know. 1876, Shimpuran Rebellion, upset at the westernization of Meiji Japan and the abolition of the Tokugawa feudal hierarchy. The Kishinto, a group of extremist Shinto former samurai, launched a surprise attack against the Meiji government in Kumamoto Prefecture. And I'm wondering if this is around the time of The Last Samurai. It sounds like it. And that's yet another movie I have yet to watch, The Last Samurai. 1881, Levy P. Morton, U.S. Ambassador to France, drove the first rivet in the Statue of Liberty. All right. Well, you know, the Statue of Liberty might also be a statue of, you know, some not too reputable goddess of ancient theology and everything. You know, there's some conspiracies involving the statue and all that stuff, what it actually means versus what it's proposed to mean and all that stuff. So, 1889, softball rules adopted by Midwinter Indoor Baseball League. All right. While that was happening, 1889 as well, Henry Parkes delivered the Tenterfield Oration, effectively starting the federation process in Australia. Okay, that's pretty cool. So Australia getting some federation and all that jazz. 1900, the U.S. government announced plans to buy Danish West Indies for $7 million at the time. I'm wondering if we purchased that or not. Like, Danish West Indies. It was a company, really. Oh, here we go. Treaty of the Danish West Indies. All right. Officially, the convention between the United States and Denmark for the cessation of the Danish West Indies. It was a treaty transferring sovereignty of the Virgin Islands in the Danish West Indies from Denmark to the U.S. So, yeah, we did get it in exchange for some of $25 million in gold, or $700 million in today's money. It is one of the most recent permanent expansions of United States territory. I don't know about that. You know, what about Hawaii and Alaska? Those are pretty big. But yeah, so looks like we got it because the U.S. Virgin Islands. That's what they're called, right, King? We own the Virgin Islands, so yeah. This is when Yeah, this is when we bought the Virgin Islands from the Danes. What do we got here in 1901? I remember Rat King was talking about this the other day.
Annie Edson Taylor became the first person to go over the Niagara Falls in a barrel. Anna Taylor. She did it for money because she was impoverished, according to Lost Rat King. Oof.
Yeah, like as I mentioned, Rat King was talking about this the other day, and he said she was. I'm not sure if he said the name, but the first person to go over Niagara Falls was a woman because she was doing it for money. It's just like, well, you know, what I mean, that's a very valid reason. You know, a lot of people do a lot of things for money. I mean,
yeah, man, being hungry is no joke. 1902, Santa Maria volcano in Guatemala erupted, killing 6,000 people and becoming one of the 3 largest eruptions of the 20th century.
Wow. So, kind of roughly in this anniversary of the Vesuvius.
Yes.
Yeah. That was one of our first articles today. 1903, the first trotter to run a mile under 2 minutes was Lou Dillon at 1 minute 58.1 seconds. And a trotter is, of course, a horse, I believe. Oh. A horse is a horse, of course, unless that horse is...
Mr. Ed?
There you go. 1908, Billy Murray, you know, not Bill Murray, but a different Murray, hit the charts.
Murray.
Hit the charts with "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Okay.
I don't know the rest. Something
Take
about
me out
peanuts
to the
and
crowd.
Cracker Jacks. That's the extent of my knowledge. Tracks. I don't know. I tried. I failed horribly, but I tried.
You tried.
That should go into quotes, actually. If you don't mind taking 1909, I'm going to put that in quotes right now. Quotes. I failed horribly, but I tried. Me. What do we got here in 1909?
1909, Italy and Russia signed a Rakonigi Pact in which both nations promised to support the status quo in the Balkans. Balkans?
Balkans. Yeah.
Balkans.
Yeah. Balconies?
Balkans? Hmm?
Do we put the Ottoman Empire in the Balkans? You know, put the chair in the balcony, you know, drink some coffee, enjoy the morning, you know? 1911, Orville Wright remained in the air for 9 minutes and 45 seconds in a glider at Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, setting a new world record that stood for 10 years. Wow. So, it took 10 years to spend more than 9 3/4 of a minute in the air. Alright.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem right. That does not seem right. Because by 1921, World War I had happened and ended, and I'm pretty sure those planes were in the air longer than 10 minutes. I don't know. That's weird. Anyway, 1922, Irish Parliament adopted a constitution for an Irish Free State. Yeah, as I've been saying, you know, like, let Ireland be independent and autonomous, you know? Like, hashtag Free Ireland, you know? So, 1924, what do we got here 1 century ago? We got 2 of them.
Oh, wow. We got a Nobel Peace Prize for physiology. Physiology? Physiology?
Yeah.
Physiology. Or medicine awarded to Dutchman William Einthoven for his discovery of the mechanism of the electrocardiogram. Electrocardiogram, I know what that is. I've had one of those.
Oh, what is it?
I don't know. It's a bit like a X-ray kind of, EKG kind of thingy.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
there you go.
Yeah,
The
so
patches.
they put a bunch of those sticker things on you, and they monitor.
Yeah, the
various-
patches thing.
Okay. All right, that's pretty cool. 1926.
1926, Harry Houdini last performs at the Garrick Theater in Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah, you're gonna get there.
Someday.
Yeah. Harry Houdini,
Yeah.
like, you remember how he died?
Did he do a stunt or something? Bury alive? Buried himself alive?
What happened is that, like, he was known to have an iron stomach. So, like, he had people, like, punch him.
Oh, yeah.
But obviously, like, he flexed his abdominal muscles beforehand. Well, this one guy just came up and sucker punched him right in the kidney, and it ruptured his kidney, and he died, like, 7 days later or something. Like, so much for iron stomach. But that's an awful way to go out, Like, here's a thought. Let's not just go up and punch people randomly, Like, maybe I'm crazy, but...
Tough guy.
Yeah. We got a very significant one in 1929, if you want to take that to wrap up the 20s.
Black Thursday, start of the stock market crash of 1929. Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped 12.8%.
New York Stock Exchange. Yes, this is the beginning of the Great Depression. And like somewhere around the time of, Prohibition was 1919. So the Roaring 20s and all that stuff was Prohibition. Then the Great Depression happened, and they abolished Prohibition because, what better way to make money than sell alcohol to a bunch of people who are depressed? I mean, everything's laid out in front of you.
Yep.
1930, a bloodless coup d'etat in Brazil ousted Washington Luiz Pereira de Sousa, the last president of the First Republic. Getulio Vargas was installed as a provisional president. We have here he's a president and dictator of Brazil. So obviously he didn't go down the right path with his power there. 1931, gangster Al Capone was sentenced to 11 years in prison due to tax evasion. And what was the famous line that the Joker said?
Don't cheat on your taxes.
Essential.
I'm crazy, but I'm not insane or something like that.
Yeah, let me play this here.
Your account. $137 million.
Yes, and if I don't pay up, I'll go to jail for tax evasion. I'm crazy enough to take on Batman, but the IRS, no, thank you.
No, thank you.
Yep, they're gonna get their money.
Oh, they're gonna get their money.
1932, British government signed a treaty with the USSR. That's not a good idea. Never trust the commies. 1938, U.S. forbade child labor in factories. Yeah, well, we should probably, send them back to the mines.
We kind of did reverse that a little bit.
How?
Don't you remember the child labor law being toned down, at least in Iowa and other states?
I don't know Iowa history that much, so...
Well, it was a lot of states that they lowered the age. To work in, to work.
Yeah. But, like, as the meme goes, like, what's the highest selling, most popular video game in all of history? Minecraft. Who plays it? Children. They yearn for the mines. Send them back into the holes, Like, plus, they're small. They have the little hands. They can really get, into the tiny, nooks and crannies and get every bit of ore,
I see a bunch of kids out there punching trees, breaking their hands.
Hey, how else are they going to learn?
Hey.
Don't punch trees.
It's not working.
1939.
Looks harder.
Yeah.
Okay.
1939, nylon stockings went on sale for the first time, specifically in Wilmington, Delaware. All right.
Oh, an interesting fact about that, they used to be damn near indestructible until they decided, hey, we're not making enough money. Let's make them easily terrible.
Yeah, planned obsolescence.
Like not terrible as in boo, like terrible as in rip.
Yeah, Yeah.
They like old nylon stocks used to be used to tow cars and shit.
Oh wow! So they actually, like this is what drives me insane about humanity. Like we are capable of so much greatness, yet it only comes out when we figure out how to use it to kill each other, and when we actually do make a breakthrough, like what you said about the nylon stockings, or what's being said, about light bulbs. Like there's a light bulb that's like 100 some odd years old that's still shining and has never been turned off. And we have the technology to make a light bulb that'll last your entire life, but then you're not a repeat customer, so then they intentionally dumb down, the technology to ensure profit. We're going the wrong way, Like, greed is, really, it really needs to go. What do we got here in 1940?
U.S. Fair Labor Standards of 1938 come into effect. Minimum wage, 44 hours a week.
Wait, whoa, you're way ahead. You
19.
missed 240s above you.
Oh, well, Japan eliminated U.S. terms. Strike, play ball from baseball.
So they're making their own baseball. Okay.
We make all baseball. You're stupid. 1940, Protestant churches protest against dismissal of Jew civil servants.
Oh, okay.
It was a what?
Dismissal. Okay, I read that wrong then. Okay, so that's good. Like
Okay,
they do not they should not be dismissed. I agree. So, and of course, what you read earlier here, minimum wage, 44 hours a week. I'm for that. Well,
hell yeah.
Well, I'm not really for a minimum wage, but I am for a maximum wage. You don't live in Ohio, you can't do that. They're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs.
Eating the dogs. Eating the cats.
The cat.
Eating the dogs.
Great song.
1943, anti-Nazi clandestine radio sold that sender Calais began transmitting.
All right. And Calais is in France. Calais, the English Channel, right? Between England and France.
Yeah.
The shortest point is the Pas de Calais, and that's what Calais is and everything. So, the anti-Nazi radio station there, probably something to do with the French resistance. The whole Jean has a long mustache code word type thing. So, yeah. 1944, U.S. aircraft carrier Princeton was sunk at the Philippines, obviously during the Second World War there. And we also have U.S. naval pilot David McCampbell set a combat mission record by shooting down 9 Japanese planes during the Battle of Leyte Gulf in the Philippines. That's incredible. Like, how many shoot downs do you need to become an ace? 5? Or 3? Or, like...
Oh, I don't know. That'd be something you might want to look up.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
What did it take to become an ace? Flying ace. 5 or more military aircraft during aerial combat. Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
I wonder if that even applies anymore to today, though. With because back in those times, that was when all you had was machine guns and maybe missiles near the end of World War II. But for the most part,
let's see if it. Look it up. You're right there.
Yeah. Okay.
Currently. What does it take to become an ace?
How do I even look this up?
What are the standards becoming an ace flyer?
Flying ace. Well, it's just telling me that. Let's just look at the Wikipedia here. World War I, yada yada yada.
It probably don't do it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like you can. I mean, with drones and everything, like, is there such a thing as a drone ace? Like,
yeah, you're right. They're probably no more.
How could you be a non-pilot ace? How's that possible? Like, we need an aviation guy here, to let us know. But if anybody can figure it out, let us know in the comments section. That'll be great. We gotta move on up though. 1945. What do we have here?
1945, Charter of the United Nations came into effect.
Boo! Boo!
Boo!
Boo! Down with the UN. Oh. Ooh, this one's really big. I don't know why it's not highlighted. This is enormous.
1946, a camera on board of the V-2 number 13 rocket launched from White Sands, U.S. took the first photograph of Earth from outer space.
Photograph. I'm gonna start saying that instead of photograph.
I'll get there someday. I'm gonna be a professional, I promise.
I like it. I'm gonna start using photograph from now on, just to confuse people.
Photograph.
Have you seen the photograph? Well, the what? The photograph. Look at my photograph. Look at this photograph.
Photograph.
Yeah, that's our thumbnail here for today, with some extra editing. You know, shows you what the missile looked like and everything. But yeah, this is my share screen. That's the very first photograph of Earth taken from space. Really, you know, enormous in the field of science and all that stuff. Oh, we got some fires in 1947.
1947 series of forest fires burnt down over 30 million of timber across the New England states. Ouch.
Damn, $30 million worth of timber. That's a lot of lost wood right there. And, you know, things like that make me wonder, like, you know, was it intentional? Is it arson in order to drive the price of lumber up? You know? Like, by a penny? You know? Like, I don't know.
I'm sure it's happened at least once.
Oh, many times. Oh, here we go. You know, this is when Disney actually was doing something right.
1947, famed animator Walt Disney testified before the House of Un-American Activities Committee, naming Disney employees he believed to be communists.
I guess if McCarthyism wasn't strong enough because the commies won. You know, they run Disney now. So.
Yeah.
1948, Bernard Baruch introduced the term Cold War. That's pretty interesting. I used that term earlier in this show. So, happy birthday, that term. We also have Pope Pius XII published encyclical In Multiplicibus Curis. Which, what does that entail? Let's look that up here really quick. Let's see. Get rid of that. Nope. Alright. Pardon me. The encyclical repeated the Vatican's prior attitude to its concerns in the Holy Land and came at a time when the 1948 Arab-Israel War was still raging, but after Israel went on the offensive in Operation Yaov. In the encyclical, Pope Pius expressed concern at what he called, quote, the destruction and damage of sacred buildings and charitable places built around the holy places, end quote, scattered throughout Palestine, especially in Jerusalem. Oh, hey look, it's not Israel. Palestine.
What? What?
Yeah. While condemning any recourse and violence, Pope stated that the peace could only be realized in truth and justice, that is to say, by respecting the rights of acquired traditions. Something that a colonization oppressive regime does not understand. No. And 1949, construction began on the United Nations headquarters in New York, where the cornerstone was laid. Once again, boo! Boo, boo, boo. Boo, UN.
United Nations, boo.
That was very South Parkish right there.
Boo, NATO.
There's what's your name? Boo, Wendy, boo. Boo, boo, Wendy.
Boo. Boo.
1950.
1915, the People's Liberation Army ceased all military operations in Tibet, ending the Battle of Chamdo and fully annexing Tibet into communist China.
Now, that second part might not be true. I'm not entirely sure, but, you know, free Tibet. You know, get China out of Tibet. So, welcome to the show.
Ah, thank you. Golden Loon.
Hey, welcome.
King, yes, how are you?
I am doing amazing.
Yeah, we reinvented how to say photograph.
Yes.
Photograph, right? Or
Photograph.
photograph. Yeah.
I'm totally lost.
Good. What else do we got here in 1951?
United Nations published. The United Nations published its first postage stamps.
Yep. A lot of UN stuff today. That, cool. They have their own stamps. Okay.
1952, Arab Liberation Movement became the only political party in Syria.
That's not good.
Oh boy.
Yep. 1950. Go ahead.
1954, President Dwight D. Eisenhower pledged United States support to South Vietnam.
Stupid. Absolutely
Blah.
stupid.
United States support South Vietnam.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
the beginning of the mess.
I would say Eisenhower was one of, the better presidents we've had, but this is a mistake on his part.
Yeah.
But hey, to err is
Oh,
human.
hindsight's always 20/20.
Well,
but he's trying to draw, the domino effect. We know that. That's what was in belief.
you know what? Hold on a
So
second.
that's where you're taking a stand.
Should I push the communist button?
Don't do it. It's a domino effect.
It's the communist button.
Oh no.
No, I'm doing it.
It's the communist button. 1956, Margaret Towner became the first woman to be ordained into the Presbyterian Church in the United States of America, PCUSA. Cool.
Ooh, yeah.
All right. And then 1956, Soviet troops invaded Hungary. Emir Nagy became Prime Minister of Hungary. Whoa, that's hey, welcome to Prime Minister. We're in the middle of being invaded. Good luck.
Yeah.
It sounds like a video game scenario or something, Like, hey, welcome to Roller Coaster Tycoon. You have 10 days to turn this park around. Good luck.
Hey, you're finally in charge.
1957, the United States Air Force started the X-20 Dyna Solar Crewed Space Program. SOLAR, there we go. That's pretty cool.
Well, that was that high altitude thing that they were working on back in the 50s, 60s.
Well, this is 57.
Yeah.
So maybe. Boeing X-20 Dyna Soar. Oh, Soar, not Solar, Soar. So I was right here. To develop a space plane that could be used for a variety of military missions, including aerial reconnaissance, bombing, space rescue, satellite maintenance, and as a space interceptor to sabotage enemy satellites. Wow, that sounds like really, really shady. This reminds me of the, what was it, the X-51 or something? Hold on a second.
Is that the one Russia shot down?
X-51. No, that's the SR-71, Blackbird. The X-51 is, if I'm getting it correctly, no, it's not that one. That's something else. Hold on a second. So, Secret Drone Space Shuttle. This one. X-37B. Okay, I knew there was an X something in there. X-37B. So, what it is, the Boeing X-37B, also known as the Orbital Test Vehicle, is a reusable robotic spacecraft. It is boosted into space by a launch vehicle, then re-enters Earth's atmosphere and lands as a space plane. The X-37 is operated by the Department of the Air Force Rapid Capabilities Office in collaboration with the United States Space Force. It used to be NASA, but for orbital spaceflight missions intended to demonstrate reusable space technologies and all that stuff. It's highly secret and all that. I've spoken with all of you about orbital bombardment, Project Mjolnir, Project Thor, Project Odin, whichever one it was. But essentially,
what year was that?
Well, it's still going on.
Yeah, when they introduced the,
Well, this X-20 was 1957.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe maybe this is the next generation or something later on down the line.
Or 3 or 4.
Yeah. But essentially, this is the craft I believe that they used to deliver the tungsten rods into orbit to load up the satellites.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
it's a
the tungsten
robotic
rods
thing.
are incredible.
Yeah. So. What do we got here in 1958?
USSR lent Egypt 400 million rubles to build the Aswad High Dam across the Nile River.
All right. 1960 here, we have a catastrophe at Baikonur Cosmodrome, USSR. Prototype R-16 ballistic missile exploded on launch pad, killing Chief Field Marshal of Artillery Mitrofan Nidalin, and over 100 personnel were also killed. Soviet Union claimed victims died in a plane crash, suppressing true details until 1989, almost 30 years later. So 29 years they kept that secret.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's not going to be the last time we're going to be hearing about a missile incident in Russia. 1962, The Manchurian Candidate, directed by John Frankenheimer, starring Frank Sinatra and Lawrence Harvey, was released. All right.
Yeah.
You know,
Well-known movie.
Yeah. And we also have 1962, during the Cuban Missile Crisis, Soviet ships approached but stopped short of the U.S. blockade of Cuba.
Yeah.
You know?
That was Kennedy's deal. He blockaded Cuba.
Yeah. Well, you know, like the whole Cuban Missile Crisis, you know, as I've said before, but I'll reiterate this. It was completely and totally Western aggression. We had nuclear missiles on Russia's doorstep in Turkey aimed at them.
Yeah.
And they asked us to take them away. We said no. So in response, you know, they put, you know, missiles and stuff on Cuba. Then we had a meltdown. We told them to take them away. They'll be like, yeah, sure, we'll take them away if you take yours away. Then we said no. What the hell is wrong with us? We almost risked World War III and the end of human race just because we're too damn stubborn to do, you know, basic decency.
Well, there's a lot more in
You know?
that than you're, you know, there are, and I forget the name of it, but there are American or the American continent has agreements to
You're talking
not
about
have,
the Western Hemisphere plan thing,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, well, that's regardless.
I got it, but also Khrushchev was testing the young gun Kennedy because he was a young president. He wanted to know where he stood, so he thought how much he could push him around. He found that he couldn't.
Well, we found out that we couldn't push the Russians around either. Like, you know, it doesn't matter if we, one country out of 35 in the Western Hemisphere, magically makes the entire Western Hemisphere our property. It doesn't work that
Not
way.
our property, no.
But that's you know, essentially the vein of the document that you're saying.
Yeah.
We laid claim to the Western Hemisphere, and then, oh, how dare the Russians put nuclear missiles on our side of the planet in response to us putting missiles on their side. We were in the wrong.
Well,
100%.
the good news is they pulled them out, and we don't have nuclear weapons pointing at us from Cuba. That's the good
So
news.
we know.
So we know. True.
Yeah. Anyway, 1963, what do we have? Oh, your mic. Mike.
There we go. 1963, Dutch KRO TV showed first episode of U.S. Western series Bonanza.
Ah, remember Bonanza?
Of course.
Yeah. So this is when they showed it at the Netherlands. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, here we go again.
Now don't skip Koufax there on 63 for me.
We almost did, but
I
yeah.
saw the picture. That's why I said,
Yeah.
bring it up. Oh, it's no biggie.
Oh yeah, that should be on there.
No, it's not on the script here. I skipped over it, but we can read it.
Yeah. 1963, Sandy Koufax is unanimously winner of the Cy Young Award.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite
All right.
pictures, all-time greats.
Let me add that in really quick because I was debating when I was
Yeah.
researching yesterday to put that in, but you know, I was thinking,
Awards, that should matter. Yeah.
yeah. So it's in there now.
Alright.
He was almost unhittable. That's how good he was.
Mhm.
Almost unhittable.
No. Wait, you can duck and weave? Very good. Does the rope-a-dope?
Of course, I'm slightly biased towards the Dodgers, so
Yeah.
what can I tell you?
We got a-
1963, an oxygen leak from R-9 Desna missile at the Pike or Nord Cosmodrome triggered a fire that killed 7 people.
Yeah.
That's the same exact location as the previous one, as I mentioned. You know, this was not going to be the last missile
yeah,
incident.
okay.
The Baikonur Cosmodrome, the one that killed the field marshal guy and they suppressed it for 29 years, same exact location.
Wow.
You think they would have figured it out? But, you know,
An oxygen leak is so dangerous.
yeah. Yeah. 1964, Belgian paratroopers with U.S. Air Force support liberated hundreds of hostages held by rebels in Stanleyville, Democratic Republic of the Congo. Ooh. That sounds like some French Foreign Legion type activity right there, you know?
Could be. Could be.
But no, it's Belgian in the U.S.
Yeah.
Oh. 1964 as well, the 18th Summer Olympic Games closed at the National Stadium, Tokyo, Japan.
18th.
Yeah. 18th. XVIII. X is 10, V is 5, 3 I's is 3. So 10, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Yeah.
We also have Zambia, which was formerly Northern Rhodesia, gained independence from Britain. It's their national day, with Kenneth Kaunda becoming president. All right. Happy birthday, Zambia. In 1968, 16-year-old U.S. swimmer Debbie Meyer won the inaugural women's 800-meter gold medal in 9 minutes 24 seconds at the Mexico City Olympics. First swimmer to win 3 individual gold medals at a game, 200 and 400 meters.
Well, she's lucky she didn't have to swim against men, now isn't she?
Well, you know, you mean people who formerly men now identify as women, whether or not they're pre-op or post-op is irrelevant. You know, clown world, honk 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 honk.
Do what you want, just get the hell out of sports.
Yeah, you know. 1968, Mick Jagger and Marianne Faithfull busted for pot, released on 50-pound bail. Gee, that sounds heavy, Doc.
There's that word again, heavy.
Is there something wrong with the Earth's gravitational pull in the future, Marty? Oh! And 1969, Pakistani cricketing brothers Hanif Mushtaq and Sadiq Mohammed started their only test together, drawn first test versus New Zealand at Karachi.
Cricket!
Yeah. Hold on a second. Where's my soundboard for it? There we go. Favorite sport of all time. Favorite sport to hate, that is.
Who bounces the ball before it goes to the plate?
A bowler?
Cricket! Cricket pitchers.
That actually is a position in cricket, bowler.
Bowler, I know.
I did not intentionally mean to say that.
I don't know where or how they play, but it is a position. You're right.
Oh, you got to get the cricket wicket, shick, shack, sugar, the back, the bing, bing, you know? That makes more sense than cricket. I just made it up. We got a century. What do we got here in 1970? Uh-oh. This guy looks like
1970, Harry Drake set up the longest aerial flight by a football. Wait, hold on.
You're a year ahead.
I'm like, wait, what's that? Okay, yeah, I got it. 1970 marks the Salvador Allende elected president of Chile by the Chilean Congress. Ooh.
Marxist and president of Chile. Well, you know, a lot of South American countries are not doing too well. So, yep. Now we can talk about
1971. Harry Drake set the longest aerial flight by a football, 1 mile and 268 yards. Wow.
What's a foot bow? Like, is it a bow that's a foot long, or are you shooting it with your feet? You know, I've seen people shoot with their feet.
It's a football. Yeah.
Okay, so you do shoot with your feet, but it's more like a crossbow. Like, you hold it with your feet, like that.
How do you see someone holding it with their feet? I missed that.
Well, like, so you know how you traditionally, hold it, like that? Yeah. Well, instead of that, you hold the bow and you pull it back, and then you shoot.
Okay.
Let me bigger this image here so that way you can see.
Oh, there it is. Okay, okay, now I see it.
It's a foot bow, so you bow.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but you pull it back with a mechanism. It looks like he has it. So it's more like a crossbow.
That's going to be some powerful shot, I'll tell you.
That explains why it reached a mile. That's ridiculous. Yeah. Can you imagine, hell, you know, it wasn't until, 30, 40 years ago before, you know, a sniper can shoot a mile. And we're talking about 1970s shooting an arrow a mile? Yeah. That is insane, man. We got another 71 here. Oh, here we go. More Irish stuff.
A member of the Irish Republican Army, IRA, is shot dead by undercover Royal Ulster Constabulary officers during a bomb attack in Belfast.
We also have 71 here. President of Sinn Féin, Ruari O'Brady, addressed a party conference in Dublin and proclaimed that the north of Ireland must be made ungovernable as a first step to achieve a united Ireland. I do not agree with that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we do not need anarchy.
Declare someone's ungovernable. Yeah, right.
How can you sit there and say to unite we have to get rid of government? How the hell does that unite people?
Because it's ungovernable. Of course, you have to know that, right?
What?
Yeah.
So I do not agree with this at all.
No.
We also have Tejas Stadium opened. Cowboys defeated the Patriots 44-21. You know, that's because they didn't have Tom Brady to deflate the football there, you know. So, without
Yeah.
cheating, you know, he cannot win.
Yeah. Tears.
Yep, 1972, 2 Catholic men are found dead at a farm. It's Oghinanich.
What? I like at the end.
Well, it's well, Oghinanich near Newtown, Butler, County Fermanagh. British soldiers had carried out the murders. Ugh. What are the soldiers doing murdering people? So,
And what country was that in? All said and done?
Ireland.
Ireland, okay.
Well, it has to be Ireland, I think. Somewhere in Britain. So,
Well, the British soldiers were there, so it had to
Yeah.
be somewhere.
well, I mean, like, you know, Newtown, Butler, County Fermanagh, like, you know, that's very British. So,
You make it sound German.
yeah, you know, or there's also, like, you know, how do you spell your name? A.C. Flem, you know? Ahmed. So, don't forget, you know, what's the one that one of my family members used to live in, like a city, like some city in the UAE or whatever.
Oh.
Like-
Abu Dhabi or?
No, not Abu Dhabi. There's another one. It has phlegm in it too.
No.
I'm trying to remember what
Yeah,
it
I
was.
don't remember.
I don't know. Anyway, we got 1973 here. Heavy fog caused a 65-car collision, killing 9 people on the New Jersey Turnpike. Yikes.
Yeah, that happened.
You know, well, like if it's heavy fog,
Slow down.
slow down, turn on the lights, and pray. You know, like. What else do we got here in 73?
73.
John Lennon?
Heavy. What? John Lennon sues the U.S. government to admit FBI is tapping his phone. They denied doing so.
Well, good luck doing that.
What a surprise.
Yeah. I swear, people are tapping my phone. The damn FBI.
Why doesn't he have subtitles?
What doesn't he have subtitles? I went to the museum in Cairo. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
That's
that movie.
an old video.
Why does he have subtitles?
Hey, how come he doesn't have subtitles? This is bullshit. Hold on a second. I gotta look that up. Hold on a second.
Oh man. I
Why
started something
doesn't
here.
he have subtitles? This is hilarious.
There it is.
Hold on, where is it?
What are they?
Nothing. Carry on.
Driving the infidels from our motherland. We are not afraid to... Are they subtitles? they are, aren't they?
No.
Well, what do I need subtitles for? Can't you understand what I'm saying? I studied English at the bloody American University in Cairo.
Well, obviously I can understand what you're saying.
Oh,
but-
you see?
Teletext, you know, for the hearing impaired.
Teletext.
No, a lot of TVs come with teletext nowadays.
Wait, say something again.
My friend has an 80
Hey, how come he doesn't need subtitles?
I forgot that in the beginning. Yeah, wait. Say something again.
He's like, hey, wait a minute. Hold on a second. How come he doesn't have this bullshit?
That is great.
Oh, wow. Well, we're staying in that area in the world. What else do we have in 73 here?
73. Yom Kippur war ended. Israel 65 miles from Cairo, 26 miles from Damascus.
Can you repeat those? Cario.
What?
Yom Kippur War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cairo. Egypt.
Cairo.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Tell them to spell it right. 1975. Turkish diplomat shot dead in Paris.
That's
Ooh.
why. Let
That
me look
good?
that up here really quick.
Yeah, they could expand on that a bit.
Yeah. Ismail Erez. Was a Turkish diplomat who held several high-ranking posts in the Turkish Foreign Service. So let me see here. 1975. Oops. Bigger that. There we go. He was returning from a reception, and as his vehicle approached the building of the Turkish embassy in Paris, a group of 3 to 4 armed Armenian militants from ASALA, which is the Armenian Secret Army for the Liberation of Armenia, ambushed the automobile, killing him and his driver, Talip Yener. The death shocked Turkey as it came just 2 days after the first assassination of a Turkish ambassador in Austria, Deniz Tunaligil, Tunaligil, I don't know, by an Armenian militant organization. Both ASALA and JCAG, the Justice Commandos of the Armenian Genocide, claimed responsibility. Well, you know,
Both of them?
well, yeah. So,
Okay.
so this came on the heels of a previous assassination, and this is all in response to the Armenian Genocide and all that stuff. It seems. So, well, when you genocide a people, this is what happens. You know. Look at the Nanking massacre. Look at the Holocaust. Look at what's going on in a certain region in the Middle East. Same shit, different area. So, 1975. What else do we have?
1975, in Iceland, 90% of women took part in the national strike, refusing to work in protest of gender inequality.
You know what that reminds me of? You know, like the women just like, you know, oh, we're gonna go on strike. You know, like remember that Family Guy skits of Malcolm in the Middle, and the mother is just like, you know what, I'm gonna go on strike. Blah 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 blah. Family Guy Malcolm. Let's see if I can find it. It's really funny. Here it is. So,
Just going on strike. What would you all do if I went on strike, huh? What would you do? I'm talking to you. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go on strike, and you can all try living without me. What do you think about that, huh? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna on strike.
Kids, we're free.
the Omni Coalition does not condone hitting women. Just have to put that out there. 1976, the first Jewish film and TV festival happened. Okay. Where, though? And is there a Christian TV festival? Is there an Islamist TV festival? Are there Buddhists?
I have no idea.
You know, like, how come... Like, you know, that's a legitimate question. Otherwise, why are the Jews, you know, trying to segregate themselves from everybody else? Almost as if they view us as lesser or something.
There's
it's
nothing
weird.
wrong with a religious.
There's not,
festival.
as long as there's other ones, you know.
Why?
Like,
You want to do one? What do you care what other religions do? They can or can't. The
well,
point is, you can do it if you want to.
yeah. Well, why segregate, though? Why not have, you know, just a film festival? Why does it have to be
Well,
specifically
it's not a
this
film
or
fest.
specifically that, you know? Like, I'm just against any form of segregation, you know? So, maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Anyway, 1979, Billy Martin punched a marshmallow salesman, put his job in jeopardy. What? What, is he wearing a marshmallow as an armor? Like, you know, why are you punching a marshmallow salesman?
Throw
Who
that
the-
guy over an open pit.
Who the hell is going out and selling marshmallows?
I know.
I'm just imagining some guy going door to door, like, you know, hey, you like, buy some, you know, some, what was the marshmallow guy from, the Ghostbusters? Stay Puffed? Like, have you heard about our Lord and Savior Stay Puffed? He's
Let's
delicious.
think of the guy's career that has led him to be a marshmallow salesman.
I mean, I thought I was, you know, low, big, one of those,
man.
you know, one of those people you used to see at gas station, you know, selling you crap, or door-to-door meat sales. Like,
Yeah.
I've done some few things, but a marshmallow salesman? Like, what the hell? Anyway, we also have a 1979 Guinness Book of Records presented Paul McCartney with a rhodium disc as an all-time best-selling singer-songwriter.
Rhodium. Wow.
Yeah, RHODIUM.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, and a lot of people don't know what rhodium is. It is a derivative. It's a cousin of platinum, correct?
Yeah, it's in the platinum family. It's its own metal, but
Okay.
it is generally mined along with platinum. It's in the veins of platinum, but it is a metal to itself.
Yep. 1980, Polish government legalized independent labor union solidarity. Okay. 81, Pablo Picasso's 1937 painting Guernica went on display in Madrid, Spain to celebrate the centenary of the artist's birth. All right. So it's 100 years. So 1881 was when he was born? Question mark? Yeah, 1881.
Okay.
And what's funny is, like, you know, have you ever, you know, watched the movie Titanic? You know, the one with
DiCaprio?
yes, thank you, Leonardo DiCaprio. Not to be confused with Leonardo da Vinci. You know, they're both Leonardo, but that's where the similarities
right
end. But they mention Picasso. Like there's this one scene. Yeah. Hold on a second. Titanic, Picasso. There's like this really. It's like a throwaway scene here. Hold on a second. Let me. You can't really hear the audio that well. But basically,
they're doing an art thing or something.
well, no, they're on the Titanic and they're bringing it because they're moving from, you know, Britain to the U.S. You know, a lot of people.
Right.
That's how they emigrate, you know, all that stuff. So she's holding a Picasso painting, and you can't really hear that well. But this guy here is talking about, oh, well, why are you collecting those finger paintings? And she's like, oh, it's an up-and-comer artist, some guy named Picasso. You know.
Yeah.
1912. What do we got here in 1982? Mike.
Steffi Graf played her first pro tennis match.
Ooh.
Oh.
Steffi Graf, one of the all-time
All
great
right.
women. Players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
84?
A 1984, 11 members of Colombo crime family arrested.
Good.
Good.
I wonder if that's where the show Columbo came from. Wasn't the show Columbo before that?
I'm not sure.
Huh. Another 84 here.
Intel Slat 5 re-entered Earth's atmosphere 5 months after it failed.
Well, it sounds like it was a satellite or something, and then it failed, and it just let gravity naturally take it back into the atmosphere to burn up.
Burn up, yeah.
1986, Great Britain dropped diplomatic relations with Syria. I wonder why. What was going on with Syria? There was a civil war or something in 86? Like, that was just 4 months before I was born, so... oh, a bomb plot. Okay, that would do it. We also have Nizar Hindawi was sentenced to 45 years in prison, the longest sentence handed down by a British court for the attempted bombing of an El Al flight at Heathrow Airport. Wow, so if 45 years is their stiffest penalty, they really have got to, you know, make things a lot stiffer.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, what are you gonna do? Like, you know, like murder like 100 people, and you're only gonna get 45 years? You know, what's the incentive to not commit a crime here?
Yeah.
Well, then again, look at Britain today. They ain't doing too hot.
Yeah, I've been in that airport, Heathrow.
Ah, nice. 1988, New York Islanders and NHL high scorer Mike Bossy, at the age of 31, retired. All right. And we also have Typhoon Ruby sunk a Philippine ferry, causing hundreds to drown. Yikes.
Oh, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, it's the Philippines. A lot of these second and third world countries, you know, this is where, you know, things get a little iffy with me being a libertarian. I'm all for lesser government, but certain things, you know, like, you know, you can only
Especially
have...
safety.
Yeah, safety. You know, there needs to be a thing. Otherwise, you have, you know, like 100 people boarding a ferry meant for 20, and then it sinks and everybody wonders why. Because buoyancy only has so much. There's a limit.
The comedian John Panette does a whole bit on that.
Explain.
Yeah, overloading a ferry. You know, don't you have a clicker?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right, a clicker. And 1989, you know, you can tell this guy. He looks like Jack Nicholson's Joker. You know, it's just the way his mouth is looking. U.S. televangelist Jim Bakker was sentenced to 45 years in prison for fraud, but the sentence was later reduced to 8 years on appeal.
Baker, yeah.
This guy, what a scumball.
Living off the teats of other people.
Yeah, well, a lot of these, you know, evangelicals, these mega churches, you know, or churches in general, you know, why the hell do you need money if you don't...
overturned, though, huh?
Yeah. But see, you know, this is what baffles my mind. Why is there a collection plate going around when you don't have to pay taxes? Yeah. Like what? Why do you need money? You have the church. You're preaching the gospel. You're getting it done.
Well, there's already always operating costs. Always. It doesn't sit there on its own.
True. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on up into the 90s. What do we got here?
Italian Prime Minister Giulio Andretti revealed to the Italian Parliament the existence of Gladio, the Italian NATO force formed in 1956, intended to be activated in the event of Warsaw Pact invasion.
Huh. Well, that's a thing right there. Like, I'm not for secrets, but at the same time, if it was knowledge, then the Warsaw people would know that we're building
I don't
up.
believe Warsaw ever attacked anybody.
No, it didn't. But it was it was a
But
threat.
yeah, of course it was. That was Warsaw came to life to balance NATO.
Yes. Actually, no.
Yes.
Yes. No.
Make up your mind.
No, yes. No,
trying-
yes. Yes.
No. NATO was created to balance against the Warsaw Pact, the Iron Curtain.
Yeah.
USSR.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Warsaw was created after NATO because there was already a divide, and NATO was put together as a protection for all countries. And I think then Warsaw came along, and Russia and all of the Eastern Bloc formed Warsaw.
All right. Okay. The Warsaw Pact was established as a balance of power or counterweight to the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. You're right. So, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now Warsaw's gone, and NATO's still around.
Yeah.
I wonder who's in the wrong here. Abolish NATO. So, what else do we got? Some baseball.
Baseball.
Oh, we were talking about the song "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Oh, yeah.
Created today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1992, the Toronto Blue Jays became the first Major League Baseball team based outside of the United States to win the World Series.
All right, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
1995, we have a total solar eclipse, not of the heart, in southwest South Asia, lasting for 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Oh. Total eclipse of the heart. 96. Hassan Raza made Test cricket debut for Pakistan at the age of 14 years and 238 days. That's pretty young. Hey, cricket is crap, but hey, you gotta tip your hat, so to speak, to somebody that young getting into professional sports. That's incredible.
That's true.
So,
still cricket.
Give credit where credit is due.
Still cricket.
Still cricket, yes. And then we have the last game at Atlanta County Fulton Stadium. Yanks won record 8th straight road postseason win with no losses. Wow. I guess they're just yanking the victories right out of the grasp of everybody they come across.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why they call them the Yanks. 1998, Deep Space One was launched to explore the asteroid belt and test new spacecraft technologies. Cool. And then let's get in the next millennium. What do we got here in 2002, good Sir King?
Police arrested killers John Allen Muhammad and Lee Boyd Malvo, ending the Beltway sniper attacks in the area around Washington, D.C.
I remember that. There was a lot of speculation if that was anything involved with Al Qaeda. After 9/11 and everything.
Yeah.
Let's not forget all of the what was being sent in letters, like some poison. Not cyanide.
Anthrax.
White powder.
Anthrax.
Anthrax. Thank you.
There you go. Good
Yeah.
pull. Good pull, King.
Yeah. Yeah, I was legitimately concerned for a while that we were going to get hit with that. That was, because at the end of the day, these Al Qaeda, these ISIS, these any terrorists and all that stuff, they don't care if they kill you or the president. They just want you dead.
Yeah.
So, what else do we got here?
Great movie, 2002, Wuxia, martial artist film Hero, directed by Zhang Yimou, starring Jet Li, released in China, U.S. release 2004. Great film.
Is that the one with the scene where they're on the lake and they're using their swords to stay in the air and all that stuff?
No, that's the dragon one. Dragon and tiger one.
No,
Fighting dragon.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragons.
Yeah,
No.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
I think that's a different one. It is
It
Hero.
may. Oh well.
It is the lake fight. It was
Okay.
Hero. This is what I'm talking about here.
Yeah.
Great scene. Like, they're
Yeah.
fighting on the lake and everything, and they're using
Yep.
physics
Yep.
and
Stop. Stop it.
awesome.
Pause it.
Yep. Yeah, I know. Copyright and all that stuff. What else do we got here?
2003 Concorde made its last commercial flight.
Aw. One of my family members flew on a Concorde.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said it was really, it got him there fast, but it was an uncomfortable plane.
Yeah, well, it's brand new technology,
Yeah.
you know, so you're going to sacrifice comfort for convenience.
And you're breaking the sound barrier when you take off, and that's really annoying to everybody who lives around it.
Mm-hmm.
So they were fighting an uphill battle.
Mm-hmm. Another Disney one here, 2003.
Disney?
Mm-hmm.
2003 Walt Disney concert hall, new home to the Los Angeles Philharmonic, designed by Frank Gehry, opened in downtown Los Angeles, California.
Mm. And that's that weird building.
Yep.
Which,
Yep.
like initially, like you could see some areas are polished and some areas are not. They actually had to dull down some of these because, you know, the convex. Yeah, the reflection. You know, like kind of like how
cars as they go by.
Well, there's that, and then it's like there's several other examples. There's I believe it's the Shard, in or maybe some other building. No, it's the walkie-talkie, not the Shard. UK walkie-talkie building. Because of the shape and all that stuff, it created like laser beams, and it literally melted a car's tire.
Ooh,
that was parked.
really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Hold on a second. Building car. Let's see if it's.
I don't remember.
The solar.
Man.
The sun hit it, reflected down, and melted the tire.
It didn't melt the tire. Sorry, it melted the rear view mirror. You can see right here.
Oh, man.
Open
Are you
image.
kidding
Let's see
me?
if I can maybe see that.
Oh,
It
man.
warped it.
Wow.
Like.
Wow.
Yeah. So they had to go in and specially like put in like new windows and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But this concert hall was doing the same thing, you know. And sometimes it makes me wonder if these buildings, especially the Disney one, because you know how Disney hates people, if they intentionally designed it to be like that to cause problems, and then all of a sudden they're in the news because as the saying goes, no press is bad press.
Yeah.
They're talking about them, so Anyway, moving on up to 2005, Hurricane Wilma landed in Florida, resulting in 35 direct and 26 indirect fatalities, causing, and I put this out here numerically just to see how big the number is. Look at it, $20.6 billion in damage.
Ugh.
$20.6 billion. So I just added all those zeros just to showcase how big of a number that is.
Yeah.
Because 20.6 B is not cutting it.
Florida just gets hammered all the
Oh,
time.
man.
Oh,
Oh.
man.
Yeah. 2006, Justice Rutherford of the Ontario Supreme Court Justice struck down the motive clause, an important part of the Canadian Anti-Terrorism Act. That makes me wonder what's going on here. Like, was this a good thing or a bad thing? You can't tell with government anymore these days.
Yeah.
We also have Messenger spacecraft performed a Venus flyby. All right.
Ooh.
Yeah. 2007, and this is not from our main source here, so it makes me wonder like why our communist-loving leftist main source does not showcase this. But 2007, Chang'e-1, the first satellite in the Chinese lunar exploration program, was launched from Xianjing Satellite Launch Center.
Oh, their first satellite. Huh?
Well, not their first
No,
satellite.
No, it wouldn't be.
No. What? It's the first lunar sat. So it's
Okay.
a probe to for the moon to,
Above the moon,
to
yeah.
start looking and everything, and then
Yeah.
they've
Yeah.
sent since landing rovers and all that stuff
Right.
and everything. 2008, Iceland received a 1.3 billion pound bailout package from the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, first European country to require an emergency loan as a result of the financial crisis. Once again, why not Greece? You know, like we covered something like this yesterday, I believe. And I'm not entirely
Well,
sure.
governments have to maintain a certain ratio with the value of their currency and so forth to stay in the EU. So they have a monetary line that you can't dip below. So they needed funds to bring that back up.
Yeah, but hasn't Greece been in like a horrible situation for a long time?
Could be, but I think they either have to drop them or
Yeah.
loan them money.
Yeah.
That's my understanding. I may be wrong.
Anyway, let's see here. Is this still picking up here? Let's see here. Testing 1, 2. Yes, it is. Okay, good. My other monitor froze and it's not showing me that I'm lighting up here. Anyway, 2018, in a bloody Friday, many of the world's stock exchanges experienced the worst decline in their history, with drops of around 10% in most indices.
What year again? Not
2018. 2008.
8. Okay, there we
Yeah.
go. Yeah, that's the
Yeah, I remember that.
2008.
Yeah. 2009, first International Day of Climate Change, organized with 350.org, a global campaign to address a global warming crisis. I wonder if they're still around. I bet they're not. All of this liberal propaganda crap. 2012, 3 people were shot dead and 2 critically wounded after being shot by an unknown gunman in Downey, California.
Ooh.
Wow. I wonder if they ever found somebody, or if, you know...
You ever caught the gunman? Didn't say.
Downey shooting
Unknown.
attack. Let's see here. 5 members of Downey family were shot, yada yada. Go away, pop up. Authorities don't know the motive. They apparently fled in a 2010 black Camaro, stolen from one of the victims. So, this is a whole thing. Art Poiriel lives directly behind Senator, yada yada yada. Okay, so I'm not sure if Coca-Cola's involved somehow for some reason. Okay, if anybody can figure out, you know, if there was a suspect, if there, you know, or anything, let us know in the comment section. Moving on up, we also have Libyan militias captured Bani Walid, resulting in 130 civilian deaths. Yikes!
Yeesh.
You know, they captured that guy, and then a whole bunch of civilians got killed.
Yeah.
2015, even results in Argentine presidential election between Daniel Scioli and Mauricio Macri triggered first ever presidential run of 22nd November. So it sounds like they had to have a re-election or something.
Sounds like something like that. I don't
A
quite
tiebreaker.
follow. Argentina, right?
Yeah, Argentine. We also have a driver crash into the Oklahoma State homecoming parade, killing 4 and injuring 34 others. Yikes.
Oh, I remember
Yeah.
that. Oh, man, that guy just went ripping through the parade. Yeah.
Are you sure you're not thinking about that Christmas parade?
Yeah,
from not
that's
too
what
long?
I am thinking about. That's not it?
Well, this is not Christmas.
Well, that's true.
This is, you know, it's not even Halloween yet. They wouldn't be having a Christmas parade in October 24th. So, but yeah, that happened too.
Yeah.
And so 2017, Albert Einstein's theory of happiness, written as a note for a bellboy instead of a tip in Tokyo in 1922, sold for $1.56 million. Wow.
Oh, what? And what was that again? Of happiness?
Theory of happiness.
Theory of happiness.
Well, I mean, like, you know, I don't want to say any stereotypes, but whatever they can do to get out of giving people money.
Yeah.
No. 2017, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman vowed to return Saudi Arabia to moderate Islam after announcing a $500 billion independent economic zone. Yeah, moderate my ass. So, 2017, dog doping scandal. This is disgusting.
Yeah.
Dog doping scandal. Now, let me say something. I don't like dogs. I personally do not like dogs. You know, and it goes a lot deeper than that. But I find this reprehensible. Dog doping scandal confirmed by officials of Iditarod, Alaskan dog sled race after dogs test positive for a banned substance.
Oh, man.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Doping your dogs.
Disgusting.
To work harder.
Disgusting. 2018, EU directive bans single-use plastics by 2021. That's really stupid. No. And actually, hold on a second. Once again, I have a video. Like, what's her?
You do.
Yeah. What's her name? Taylor Swift gets a coffee. So this is Taylor Swift in a nutshell right here. So, see, she wants to go get a coffee, so she gets in her private jet and burns like, you know, so much fossil fuels and causes so much carbon just to go down the street and, you know, go out of her way and spend more time.
One
you know?
tea swizzle special.
Yep. And burn even more, back up, you know, get back all the way over here. And then she's done. Throws it right into the river with the turtles. And then she needs to move it up a little bit to get back in the parking spot, so. Oh, but she buys carbon offsets. And we gotta stop using plastic
carbon
straws.
offset's the biggest BS there is.
Oh man, dude.
That's just to justify privilege.
2018, Indian cricketer Virat Kohli became the 12th and the fastest ever to score 10,000 runs in one-day international matches, taking just 205 innings. You know, if you can score 10,000 runs in a day, something needs to be done.
No, not in a day.
Yeah, in one day.
Okay, I don't get
Fastest ever to score 10,000 runs in one day.
Okay, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. So, Joel Embiid became the first NBA player to reach 30 points and 19 rebounds in the same game since Charles Barkley from 1991.
Jeez.
All right.
Who was that again?
Joel Embiid. That's not it. I'm trying to find him. 2018. Okay, Joel Embiid. They have a link. Well, they don't have a picture.
That's okay.
Okay, well, let me... no, I want to see what this guy looks like. Hold on a second. Joel Embiid. Let's see here. Images. This guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, some dude.
Plays for the 76ers, right?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Likely to investigate 76er begin season on bench. So something's going on there. 2018 as well, a Kenyan marathon runner, Eliud Kipchoge, was named UN Person of the Year for setting a new marathon world record and for his work with AIDS, HIV in Kenya. That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
I agree.
This guy here.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. We also have the largest jackpot in U.S. history at $1.6 billion, won by one person in South Carolina.
Wow.
And hasn't it gotten to $2 billion yet? Like, I'm pretty sure.
That's still the biggest. I believe.
Okay. We also have 2018. A lot of stuff happening in 2018. Pipe bombs sent to prominent U.S. Democrats, including the Obamas, Clintons, John Brennan, and CNN, were safely defused. But wasn't that proven to be some kind of like BS thing to make the Republicans, the conservatives look bad? Oh, look, the conservatives are sending pipe bombs to us, wah, wah, wah. And then they figured out that they made it themselves, and oh, whoopsie, let's sweep it under the rug. So.
I believe they figured out they couldn't ignite, if I'm not mistaken. They were phonies, I believe. I can't even remember that much. But that's what comes back to me.
Yeah. Anyway, 2018 as well. Wow. Scientists confirm East Island in Hawaii, half a mile long, had been wiped out after contact with Hurricane Walaka. Wow, so a hurricane just took an island out.
Wow.
Jeez. Then we have the world's longest sea crossing, the Hong Kong Suhai-Macau Bridge, open for public traffic.
Macau Bridge, yeah.
Yep. Finally getting out of 2018 into 2019, Bangladesh sentenced 16 men to death for the murder of Nusrat John Rafi, who was set on fire after accusing a teacher of inappropriate behavior. Because that's a adequate response. Oh, you dare accuse our teacher? We'll set you on fire. What? I think that's a little extreme there, buddy. Oh. Remains of Spanish dictator Francisco Franco removed from mausoleum in Valley of the Fallen and reburied in private family vault in Madrid. Good. He does not deserve a place of honor. That piece of crap. Francisco Franco worked with Hitler, you know, so. Yep. 2020. King is back. If you would like to take the 2020.
All right. 2020.
Actually, are we living Lord of the Rings 3 Return to the King right now?
Yes, we are.
All right.
The shipwreck of the year claimed 140 lives on a ship that sank 200 migrants off the board of coast of Senegal.
Yeah, well, You know, once again, stop overloading and
Faffle.
yeah.
The old faffle.
Get out the
Yep.
clicker.
You gotta do.
Yep. You know what FAFO means, Loon?
No.
FAFO?
No.
Want to let him know, King?
Fuck around and find out.
Yep. Yeah. 2021. I'm gonna take this one just because like I have to say his name right. Michael Jordan's 1984 Nike Airship sold for $1.472 million at Sotheby's, a new record for sneakers at auction.
Good lord.
Yeah, wow. You know, I understand needing some kicks, but, you know, a certain community values shoes so high it's ridiculous. Anyway, right back to you, King. Another 2021 here.
2021 strongest storm to ever hit the west coast of the U.S. with California recording barometric pressure of 945.2 MB. The San Francisco is wettest October day.
All right. Well, here we go. The cheater.
2021, Tom Brady becomes first quarterback in NFL history to record 600 touch passes, which he hit Mike Evans in the first quarter of the Buccaneers' 38-3 rout of the Chicago Bears in Tampa Bay.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Yep. And let's see. I'll take 2022 here. China continues.
All right.
China continues its COVID-0 policy with 28 cities and 207 million people affected by some form of lockdown, including, of course, Wuhan. You know, and as you brought up the other day, they were literally like, you know, welding their doors shut to keep them inside. You know, absolute craziness. We also have 5-month-old bar-tailed Gotwitz became a world record holder by flying 8,425 miles non-stop from Alaska to Australia in 11 days. The bird had departed Yukon Kuskokwim Delta in Alaska on the U.S. on October 13th and touched down in Ansons Bay in Tasmania, Australia, at some point today. So, 8,500 miles in 11 days nonstop. 5 months old.
Yeah.
5 months old human, you know, can't even like, you know, help itself. You know, humans are such a weak species. It's ridiculous. So, 2022 as well. UK's ruling Conservative Party appointed Rishi Sunak as their next leader and Prime Minister, replacing Liz Truss after 6 weeks. Sunak was the first Prime Minister of color in the country's history. And look at what DEI gave you. Yeah. Look at how good is London doing, huh? They're a cesspit. Gee, I wonder maybe if they hired on merit over skin color, if things would actually work better. You know, but you know, following in following in Martin Luther King Jr.'s footsteps is just, you know, just unheard of today. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Anyway, last 2022. U.S. Mint issued first U.S. currency featuring a U.S. citizen of Oriental descent. Silent film actress Anna Mae Wong coin is a part of American Women's Quarters program celebrating female trailblazers. Awesome. And I wonder if they do not have. So I'm going to look up this entire article because I want to see what this coin looks like. So let's see here. Oh, here it is. Okay.
There you go.
Cool. Anna Mae Wong. All right. Well, cool. And we got 2 2023s just for you, and then we'll wrap us up.
Alright. Aid agency Save the Children says 2,000 children have been killed in Gaza by Israel bombing amid calls for a ceasefire at the UN.
Like as I was talking about with you the other day, you know, there's been multiple instances of a Palestinian child throwing a rock at the wall of Israel because they're mad that they're getting taken over, so in response, Israel just frickin' unloads on them. You know, that's happened multiple times, and here's an example, you know? So, anyway, what else do we got here? One more.
Women in Iceland went on strike to protest at gender inequalities, including its Prime Minister, Katrin Jacobsdóttir.
Okay. Oh, here we go again. They're all going on strike. Oh, we're gonna.
For what reason, though? For
Because they're just.
Inequality and for what?
Well, they're just complaining. It's a third wave feminism crap. So yeah.
Just complaining. Fair enough.
Yeah. That'll conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar of the description below for any links you may be interested in. So much history it continues to be made every day. Please, check the underbar because we can only bring you a portion of it. For your dose of past events daily, we try to make it daily, moving it back up to 11 Pacific time. Just the past week we tried to move it down to 10, and it just has not worked at all, not once. So moving it back to 11. 12 noon Mountain, 1 Central, and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. We do have other shows from history to news, movie reactions and reviews, gaming, videos and memes, Omni Kitchen, and everything else in between, and talk show. Check the underbar. For all of you and all of us, I am Mayo Xander.
King's Refuge.
Golden Loon.
And you viewer are you. Thank you very much for watching, and until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!
Oh, yeah.
I gotta move this over here. Stop streaming. And move this over here.
Take it easy, King.